Alright, so I wanted to put up a serious video about this fight between Floyd Mayweather and Victor Ortiz. The other video was more of just a comedy video just to point out some of the double standards that surround this fight and a lot of things that people have said about this fight when it was announced. But here we go with the serious video. Now I have a question for everybody. Who is overhyping Victor Ortiz? Because I've seen people crying about Victor Ortiz being overrated and overhyped. But I've watched a lot of videos about this fight. I've read a lot of comments, and I have yet to find these mythical people who are overhyping Victor Ortiz. I don't see anybody saying that Victor Ortiz is the greatest of all time. I don't see anybody saying that Victor Ortiz is the toughest opponent for Mayweather up to date. I don't see any of that. I see people giving credit to Victor Ortiz for a good win over Andre Berto, who obviously is not shit to you guys all of a sudden. I mean, he was a little bit overrated. I've said that myself in my prediction video where he was supposed to fight Shane Mosley, but he pulled out of that fight. And yes, he was a paper champion, but he defended his title and he held it for a while. Victor Ortiz came around and gripped that shit from him. So I see people giving Victor Ortiz credit for that because I think he deserves credit for that. I think a lot of the problem is people just don't want anybody to give Floyd Mayweather any credit, so they're going to downplay Victor Ortiz, because that's what I see a lot of. I don't see anybody overhyping him. I see a lot of people downplaying him, calling him a quitter and all types of shit. One guy ran around all types of videos about this fight saying that Floyd was a pussy because he's taking on Madonna's leftovers, which is a complete idiotic comment. Why are we still talking about Madonna? Why are we still talking about that? The man made a mistake. He quit. He realizes what he did wrong. He doesn't want his heart questioned. He doesn't want to be called a quitter. And he's doing everything that he can to show you that, look, I have heart and I'm here to prove that I'm a champion. But you guys want to still hold Madonna over his head, even though Madonna is going down since they met up and Ortiz seems to be going up. Given his performance against Peterson was kind of, I think he might have lost that fight. But he's put together some good wins since Madonna, and I think if he fights Madonna today, I think he knocks Madonna the fuck out. So stop holding this Madonna shit over his head. That's like saying, you know what, Ortiz, you might as well just quit now, because no matter what you do, no matter who you beat, no matter how spectacular the win is, you're just a quitter. You quit against Madonna. Like, nobody's allowed to make a mistake in their career. So there's a lot of that shit going on, and I think it's because nobody wants to give Floyd any credit. I think that he deserves credit for taking on this opponent. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, Floyd, he's not taking on any young, strong opponents that are coming up. He finally does it. Oh, he's taking on a quitting bum who beat an overrated Berto, even though Berto was undefeated, even though Berto had beaten some tough opponents. So, I don't know, man. I think people just want to hate on this fight. I think it's a great fight. It shows that Mayweather wants to take on a southpaw. It's not Paul Spadafora, who I think is a complete bum. And I would have been first to jump out of here and clown Mayweather for taking a fight like that. Because Spadafora, yes, he's undefeated, but I felt that he lost a fight against a guy named Leonard Doran, I think his name was. This guy beat him, punched him all in the face. The guy, Spadafora, has no defense, but he got a gifted decision handed to him because he was in his hometown. So Spadafora is a bum to me. I'm glad that he decided not to do that. But he's trying to get a southpaw to show you that, look, people say I have a hard time against southpaws. I'm going to take on a southpaw, hopefully get a good look before I jump in there with Pacquiao. So I thought everybody would be happy about this, but everybody's complaining and shit, as usual. And I've been critical of Floyd. I thought that he should have fought Miguel Cotto before he went into that 2-year retirement. Also, a problem that I have with Floyd is that he said that he was greater than Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson, which is okay to say that you're great, or you feel that you're the greatest. And if he was specific and said, you know what, I've taken the least amount of damage and my punch accuracy is the best up to date, then I would have understood. But he brought names into it, and I think that he disrespected these legends who paved the way for him and put a blueprint out there for him to be able to do the things that he's doing right now. So that's mainly the problems that I had with Floyd, but it's time to let all that go. All of that is in the past. He's fighting Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz is no bum. If he shows up as this is Victor Ortiz, it could be a tough fight for Mayweather. If Ortiz shows up the same way he did against Nate Campbell and Peterson, where he tried to stay on the outside and box, he is going to have a terrible night with Mayweather. He's going to get picked apart. He doesn't want to sit around and think with Mayweather because he's going to be shot. His morale is going to be down the drain, and he's going to get embarrassed. So if he shows up as vicious Victor Ortiz, aim for the openings when they're available, just bring it to Floyd, it could be a tougher fight than you guys think. Overall, I think that Mayweather is going to win a unanimous decision. I think that his boxing skills are too far advanced for somebody like Victor Ortiz, but it's still a strong, young opponent that Floyd Mayweather is taking on, and give the man a little bit of credit. And give Ortiz some credit for beating Berto. For Christ's sake, man. I mean, we accepted Pacquiao versus Clottey when Clottey came off of a loss. I mean, we accepted that. Now here's Floyd taking on yet another opponent coming off of a good win. You know, all these guys that he's fought, you know, Baldomir, De La Hoya, Hatton, Marquez, and now, or Shane Mosley, and now Victor Ortiz, they've all come off of dominant wins. Victor Ortiz dominated a one-sided fight. He showed us a one-sided fight against Berto, and all of Mayweather's opponents previous to that, the guys that I mentioned, all came off of TKOs or KO performances. So why do you still hate on this man? I want to see him fight more too. Don't get me wrong, I want to see him fight more too, but if he decides that he doesn't want to do that, that's his life. He's making enough money. He's doing whatever he wants to do. We're stuck with it. There's no need in complaining about it. He's not going to fight more than once a year. So just accept it. So that's my thoughts on this fight, guys. You guys leave me your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win this fight? Is it going to be a knockout? Is it going to be a decision, split decision, unanimous? You guys let me know what you guys really think about this fight. And do you think that it's time to let this Maidana thing go with Vicious Victor Ortiz? I'm out. Peace.